morning, viewers. I hope you're all doing great. Welcome to Kings TV, and this is the Morning Zoo Show, your favorite weekly window into the stories shaping our country, from politics, community voices to global events such as sports. So we're here just to break down the headlines, unpack the issues, and go beyond the surface. My name is Beatrice Awar, and in the next minute, we'll bring you in-depth reporting, expert analysis, and the real perspectives on the matters that impact you, our viewer. So stay tuned, because these current affairs clearly connected. We'll dive deep into our two daily newspapers, the Daily Nation and the Standard. So as I always say, the best way to get to know what's happening in the world, in your country, your county, and also in your neighborhood is just to read the newspaper. So as you can see on our screen, on the Daily Nation, it's written Raila fights to rescue Sakaja. So there is a Sakaja space here. So we'll go deep on it and see what Raila is trying to do. How is he trying to rescue Sakaja on this? On the Standards, it's written a big economy lie. So we'll also dive deep into that and look at what and we'll see what's going on there too. So stay tuned and join me in Studio B as I join my crew. So viewers, once again, welcome. And as you can see, I'm in Studio B with my crew, as I told you. But before I give them each time to introduce themselves, I would just like to remind you to get to follow us on our social media platforms at Facebook Kings TV, YouTube Kings Fraternity, and TikTok Kings TV _13. And as you can see, I'm so much humbled today to have a very strong and powerful crew of 3 gentlemen. So I would like to give them each time to get to introduce themselves. So I'll start with you.
Thank you so much. I'm Engineer SK. I'm privileged to be here. Thank you so much for your invitation.
Welcome.
So good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Kamo Francis, the HOD Plugging Department, Advanced Technical.
Okay.
So good morning to all the viewers of Kings TV. I'm Chris Amorioki, HOD ICT Department. I'm very privileged to be at Kings TV.
That's great. So according to the MCAs, they're saying that Sakaja should be thrown out of the seat. And here on the cover page, it's written, signaling collaboration in the broad-based government. ODM leader Raila Odinga has gone into overdrive to scuttle a plot by Nairobi County Assembly member to impeach Governor Johnson Sakaja, who was elected on United Democratic Alliance. So what do you have to say about this, being the fact that Raila is an ODM leader and Sakaja was elected on the UDA? So your view.
So my take on that is that when you check on maybe the case the Sakaja has on the issues of Nairobi, Sakaja is not maybe fulfilling what he promised the residents or the people who elected him. When you check the manifesto of Sakaja, it was very good and enticing, but when he came into office, he did not, he is not delivering what he promised. Even if you check maybe the finance, which maybe Nairobi County collects, it is not well spent, but the taxpayers are being pressed to the corner. the taxes are high, the city council's officers are pressing the hawkers and other people in the maybe CBD and the other places, but all this revenue is not well used. So while the MCAs are maybe want to push this motion to impeach Governor Sakaja, I see it maybe worth, according to my view, because he's just there in office, a big name, but no work is maybe being done. The city is maybe very dirty, and even you find that there is a lot of garbage there. Even when maybe the season, the rainy season, you usually find even the drainage, they are very poor. You find that it's a city, a capital city of a country, but it is very, 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 very untidy. So my take on that is that that motion is very worth to impeach Governor Sakaja.
What about your view on this?
When you're talking about the Nairobi County politics, those are very funny politics, but it is very, very important in terms of Nairobi. Sakaja, to be impeached, they needed 82 votes.
Yeah.
But up to now, up to yesterday evening, 87 of the MCAs had appended the signatures in removal of office of Governor Sakaja. And they were saying some of the reasons they feel that Governor Sakaja should be removed from office, it is because garbage collection. We have some places in Nairobi whereby the garbage is not collected, yet the Nairobi residents have paid for garbage collection. Number two, they were saying there is misuse of office, of governor's office. That is, we have a lot of corruption cases in Nairobi. Number three, we also have, how do you call it? We have many residents who live in the county government lands, and they are being told they should relocate. And the way the government is locating them, it is not a friendly manner. So you find that the goons are sent to their homes so that they can disrupt the peace in those areas. So they feel that that is not a good way. Then we also had some cases whereby there were issues. Nairobi County was fighting with the KPLC, and we found that the garbage was, we had garbage in the morning, we found garbage at the KPLC gates. So to me, I feel that that is not the best way. So we can say that when people were electing Sakaja, they had a lot of hope and expectations from him because he had very sweet words,
Yeah.
but we don't see what he's doing. Nairobi County is dirty, you see. But again, there is this fight. You can see Raila Odinga is a leader of ODM. Sakaja is a UDA person. He was voted by a UDA ticket. Haya, then we have Babu Owino. Babu Owino is an ODM rebel. So we wonder, should Raila support Babu Owino or should Raila support Governor Sakaja? But we are in a broad-based government, so let's wait.
So the story is here on page 4 of the Daily Nation. So coming to you, do you think if these MCAs manage, do you think they manage to throw Sakaja out of the seat, despite them having the motion?
Okay, thank you so much. From your question, first of all, from my point of view, which I mean, Sakaja is a good person, but according to the manifestos that he had initially, he had a lot of manifestation. He talks about youth empowerment, how to support the youth, but coming to what is happening now, you see that he is violating what he just said, that he help the youths, will work on garbage collection towards the Nairobi County. So, from my point of view, I think that this motion should be put in consideration.
Yeah.
We should pass it and use the appropriate rules and follow the law.
Okay, thank you for your answer. But coming back to you, the fact that Sakaja came up with a lot of, I mean, he told people that he will make Nairobi a good city, and yet he has not delivered what he said. Do you think if the MCs manage to impeach him, the person who will take over, are you sure they will do the same? Because this, it seems like it has been the trend. The UDA members, I mean the UDA leaders, they don't seem to deliver what they promised the residents. Do you think if they manage to impeach Sakaja, the person who will take over will manage to do what Sakaja couldn't do?
So one thing, the MCA can be able maybe to impeach Governor Sakaja on the county-based maybe parliament, county-based parliament.
Yeah.
But there is the constitutional way of maybe removing the governor or impeaching the governor. This motion must be taken to Senate.
Yeah.
So the situation right now in Kenya, there is a lot, even if President Ruto is maybe against corruption, you find that this corruption is taken even into Senate. So you can find that maybe the MC have managed to impeach Governor Sakaja, but when the motion goes to Senate, now money comes in. You find that maybe these senators have been paid and they vote against this motion of impeaching Governor Sakaja. Then if that's not the case, you can find that absolutely when a governor is impeached, the deputy governor is the one who takes over. You may find that maybe these MCAs have been paid by a person to impeach Governor Sakaja. You've heard maybe Sakaja having scandals, organizing goons, maybe to the opposition. You may even find it's the opposition who are against Governor Sakaja. So I don't think it will have much impact because the politics now in Kenya, they are very, very, very dirty. So you don't know if it is, the motion is fair or it is political based. So we just wait and see how maybe the motion will go, if he will be impeached, and maybe wait to see if the deputy governor, after maybe he has been sworn into as the maybe governor, we see if he can deliver.
Okay, so the last part of it, being that Raila used to be in opposition, used to fight against all those leaders who don't do well in their parts, you know. So mostly the UDA leaders. So the fact that he joined the broad-based government, he is now in the broad-based government, and he's now fighting against the impeachment of Sakaja. Does this mean that Raila is now supporting those like the government now in fully? Do you think so?
Before I answer your question, let me just go back to what Chris have said. The MCAs don't just want to impeach the governor. They want to impeach both the governor and the deputy. And according to the constitution, it states that once the governor and the deputy is impeached, the speaker of the county assembly will stand in as the acting governor for a period not more than 90 days. Then after there will be a pure election so that the Nairobi residents will vote for their own governor. But the probability of impeaching Sakaja, we can say Sakaja, according to me, is the president's blue-eyed boy. So it is very hard because, okay, you have, he has the support of the president, he has the support of Raila Odinga, and you can see according, if both match, they just, once the case is taken to the Senate, and the senates are the ones to decide either to impeach, either the case is valid or the impeachment is valid. This is Kenya. You may see that yes, he deserves to be impeached, but the president and the Raila Odinga, they may talk to the people, because Raila so far have 2 meetings. I've had 2 meetings with the MCAs of Nairobi, requesting them not to impeach Governor Sakaja. So it's like that. But when you're talking about the Raila Odinga and Mr. Ruto merging, I think Raila now knows that he can't win the presidency.
Yeah.
So at that point, now you have to agree. You have to agree. So, and I heard them. There is the rumors. In fact, they are not rumors. They have decided that in this election, in this by-election that is happening, where ODM is giving out their candidate, UDA will not be giving their candidate. So it's either ODM or UDA. So there is no conflict between the two.
Okay, thank you for that. So shifting to the next story, it's about the school. We're being told that schools send students home as state delays wiring funds. We're being told that last time schools closed earlier due to financial constraints. If this continues, principals may have no choices but to shut down again. So shule zilifunguliwa to last week, right? So we're being told that wameshaanza kurudishwa nyumbani, and the fact that the schools are having financial constraints, and the students should be learning. You know, this is the last term for those candidates. They should be busy in school right now doing their final revision. So what's your view about this education, which has a lot of scandals, having a few financial constraints to sustain the school? What do you think about this?
Okay, thank you so much. First, to start with that, education is very important.
Yeah.
It is our key role as a country, because each and every parent or each and every individual wants to get that education. So I feel very bad when it comes to violation of education, because each and every parent or each and every person wants the betterment of their children. So when it comes to the schools, they know that they are supposed to be closed because of maybe issues here and there. That is not a good approach towards us as a country. So from my point of view, I think that this is not a good thing for our children and for us as Kenyans.
Yeah.
So they should put in consideration so much on education, because education is very important to us and to our country.
Okay. What about your view?
I can say there is a great problem in our nation. Because even before we talk more about education, there is an issue in health sector and education sector. The funding model of those two, we have a problem as a nation. Then we don't know who's talking the truth, who's not talking the truth, who's lying, who's talking the truth. Because I remember 1 week before the exams, the education CS, Mr. Ogamba, said that the funds will be released. Then thereafter, the PS, Bitok, said that they have already released the funds. When you go to teachers, are saying there are no funds. You see? So we don't know who is fooling who, but I feel that the government are fooling its people, because there is no way all headmasters, all the head teachers are saying we don't have funds. And in fact, you have to understand that the school closed 2 weeks prior. The reason being, they didn't have funds to sustain. I heard one principal saying the school bus, that their school bus is not even moving out. The reason being that the school has a lot of debts. So they are fearing that their bus may be auctioned. You get? Higher. You see, even the people who have been supplying maybe something like the foodstuffs to the schools, they are not paid. We have workers who have not been paid. So I feel we have a problem when it comes to funding the education system. And to be honest, we are messing up with our education sector, because the moment the schools are running short of finances, then we have to do something as a nation. And when you see, we have something like I don't have any problem with empowerment programs, but when I see billions are being wasted in or being spent in empowerment programs, then we have a problem. We have a financial crisis in schools. Then that talks about, then that to me tells me that we have a problem in prioritizing. We are not putting the priorities first. Yes. Najua, it's like we've turned to campaign mode. Yes.
Okay. So we're going to shift on the standards. So on the standards, I'm shifting fully directed to it, because the same story of the school story is still here on page 4 and 5. You have been told it is a third time being a parent or school head. When education is reduced to political pledges, parents to cash machines. So it's here on page 4 and 5. And we're being told in January and May, the Education CS warned schools against charging unauthorized levies. So the same story is still here. So coming to you, do you think that this education is going to actually it's going to scatter, or it's going to will it actually my question is, do you think this education will come back to rise? Because we used to have the free education system, and now the system is almost scattering. It's not being seen where it's going, and it's not even working.
So on my take on that about the education sector is that maybe I can say the education sector is not going towards the right direction. Reason being, maybe from the former regime, if you compare the former regime and the current regime which is there, you find that the current regime is making some changes in the education sector, but the people whom are affected by this is the parents and the head of schools. So you find that maybe there are not enough resources or money allocated to the school. Even you find that even the exams, like maybe the national exams, you heard maybe the government want to maybe disallocate the money which was maybe allocated to those national exams. So the parents will be required to pay for such kind of the exams, like maybe the KCP and the KCSE, which are maybe are there. They are supposed to be paid by the parents. Even you find that the government is maybe saying that all students must join the schools, maybe the public schools, but they are not giving maybe the enough resources. You find that a school has maybe the capacity of holding maybe like 600 students, but the government, because of the initiative of maybe saying no child should not maybe have education, you find the school, its capacity is 600, but it has been allocated 800 students. So it's upon the head of the school now to come in and maybe solve this particular maybe problem with the parents, and also the parents are required to give maybe a lot of funds to the school.
Okay. So thanks for that. And shifting to the headline, to the bold headline here, it's written "A Big Economy Lie," and this is the Standards. We've been told that this story is here on page 8 and 9, and on the page the question is, where is the cash? When Treasury paints a rosy picture with its upbeat focus, the truth is that Kenyans are still staring at empty wallets. stalled dreams and shrinking dignities. Numbers don't lie, but they can mislead unless growth translates into jobs, income, and real wealth. We are simply being sold GDP without a meal on the table. So, turning to page 8 and 9. We're being told that the cabinet secretary John Mbadi, he's been saying that the economy is good, the economy is rising, the economy is very stable for the people. But when it comes to the citizens now on the ground, people are really suffering. So what's your take about this, being that the cabinet secretary on the economy system is saying that the economy is stable and the citizens are still suffering?
Okay, thank you so much. To start with, from my point of view, the economy is very poor.
Yeah.
To start with, for example, as teachers, you may find that we don't have the funds. The government is not funding the education sector. So also towards the Kenyans, in this sense, we don't have those money that they say that we have. And to hear secretary saying that there is a lot of funds, for me that's a big lie. Because many Kenyans are suffering, they don't have jobs, our environments are very dirty, don't have that funds that they say that we have. So from my point of view, that's a very big lie.
So here it's written, whereas the government figures point to a growing economy, the size of gully in homes is getting even smaller. For many Kenyans, cost of living is getting worse, and every passing day as the pocket shrinks. And yet the cabinet secretary is saying that the economy is rising. Do you think that this secretary is actually saying the opposite, knowingly or unknowingly? The fact that he knows the citizens, because we expect him to know what's going on the ground.
I'm not an economist, but I'll answer as a Kenyan who pays taxes.
Yeah.
They say when they took office, maybe something like sugar, it was around 200 and something per kg, but now it's about 100 and something. So to them, they say that the price of commodities have gone down. But again, as a Kenyan, the tax I was paying before compared to the tax of now, I can see there is a great change. I'm more taxed compared to the last regime. You see, you have some introduced taxes, like something like, obviously the pay is high. We have the house levy, we have the SHA, we have the NSF, and all that. So I feel, yes, the price of commodities may have gone down, but Kenyans don't have that money to buy the commodity. I prefer better the commodity be high and Kenyans or I to have the ability to buy or purchase the commodity. Secondly, what makes an economy to grow, it is the money circulation. If there is no circulation of money, then that says a lot. We have a lot of unpaid contractors. We have a lot of people who have tendered with government, they have not been paid. So we have a lot of bad debts, especially the people who are involving the. In fact, some of the people don't have to. They don't really want to have any business with the government because they are not paying. You see, so there is that fear. When the government is not controlling money circulation, then that to me says that there is no money in Kenya.
Okay, thank you for that. But finishing with you on this big economy lie, do you think the the fact that the OC, the cabinet secretary is saying that the economy is so stable, but the ground is unstable. What do you think always bring this issue that the secretaries, the secretaries always say the opposite of what's going on the ground? What do you think is always the cause of this?
So one thing, maybe I start maybe by turning with a Kiswahili phrase that says, mwenye macho haambiwi tazama.
Yeah.
So we as Kenyans can see what is happening. You can find that the taxes in terms of commodities, maybe the petroleum, they are very high. The basic commodities, taxes are very high. Yeah? So you cannot maybe, we say, call a spoon, not a big spoon. So if the economy is not going in the right direction, let us say the economy is not going in the right direction. So one thing maybe you've asked me why the CS is telling the economy is going on the right maybe direction, whereas we Kenyans can see it's going on the wrong direction. Is that even maybe you'll find that he was appointed after the broad-based government, so he must support. Because he knows if maybe he says the economy is not going in the right direction, he can even lose the job. So he must defend the government which he is working.
Okay,
Yeah.
so finishing on the sports side, we're being told that Kenya pick up CHAN 2024 pieces ahead of World Cup qualifiers. And on the table, we're being told that on Friday, September 5th, Kenya will be playing with Gambia at 4 in Kasarani Stadium. And on Tuesday, Kenya versus Seychelles, 4 p.m. Kasarani Stadium. That will be 9th of September. So what do you have to say about this? Do you think Kenya will take the cup?
So what I can say is recent year, we have seen quite an improvement in the Kenya national team.
Yeah.
They have exhibited quite a good performance. Even the CHAN competition, which was they have exhibited good performance. In the previous years, we have not been seen that scenario, but I don't know if it's the motivation which they have been getting, they have which have made them maybe to perform excellently. So my take on that is if they keep the same momentum which they had on the channel, they can do better in terms of the tournaments which are coming ahead.
Okay, so thank you for your for answering my call, for coming to this studio. Hope to see you next time. It has been nice to be with you. So to the viewers, stay tuned because this is the place for you. Stay tuned till next time.